Congratulations, Northeastern fans! Your Huskies just won the 2015 CAA Men's Basketball Championship. Wear what the winners wear exclusively at shopcaasports.com.
Joined by Northeastern head coach Bill Coen, Quincy Ford, Davey Walker. Scott Eatherton will be here shortly. Start with a comment from Coach Coen on the championship, and then open up for some questions.
I couldn't be more proud of this basketball team. They're made up of a very, very special group of young men who are willing to buy in, are very compassionate for their teammates, better people than players, and they're pretty good players. They just wouldn't be denied this weekend. And we came in here and said if we didn't stop believing and we stuck together, we could accomplish great things. And this team has bounced back, faced adversity throughout the year, and they never stopped believing in themselves, never stopped believing in the coaching staff, and never stopped believing in the mission. So I couldn't be more proud of them. On another note, I said it earlier, but I have the utmost respect for Tony Shaver, his staff, and their program. Talk about people who do it the right way, compete. Their teams always play with a team-first attitude. Really, really, really well-coached team, and it took one of our best efforts to get by them this evening.
Quincy, it looks like it's finally hitting you. Am I reading that wrong?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Just a great team win. My teammates are so awesome. Coaching staff, such a great win. To God be the glory. All the hard work we put in all summer, through the fall, 6 a.m.s, everything. William Mary's a great team. They came out and battled us a little bit, stuck together, finished strong. Unbelievable.
Coach, first time since '91 that this team has gone. However, a lot of people were talking about William and Mary, which has never gone. Did you feel like you were somewhat of the underdog here in that regard, and that everyone was sort of pulling for them to get that monkey off their back?
Well, I know how well respected Coach Shaver and his staff are, and how everybody respects their program. And so I can understand that. In some ways, I was feeling for them last year, and when they had a chance to go in last year's finals. But I thought, this was just our weekend, and the kids were excited from start to finish. They put in a ton of work. Everybody was so dialed in the entire week leading up to this. So we just felt really good coming into the tournament, and we felt if we played the best version of ourselves, we could give ourselves an outstanding chance.
Congratulations. Yesterday I asked the question, how was you going to prepare for them? Not only did you prepare well for them, you held them to 38% from the field. What was the game plan coming in to keep them from attacking or making the shots tougher than what they were in the previous games for them?
Well, first I have to give credit to my assistant coaching staff. They do an outstanding job, and in a very short period of time, they were able to put together a scouting report and convey it to our team effectively to the point where they could go out and execute it. So I said it out on the court. I'll say it again. I think I have the best staff in the country. There's not an ounce of selfishness in them. They're all about the players and their player development, and they did an outstanding job getting this team ready to compete tonight. And then I thought the X factor was our energy level, right, and our togetherness. These guys were on a mission this weekend, and they weren't going to be denied. So I think there was just a little extra pop in our step, and we were able to, for the most part, keep a very, very lethal offense under wraps.
Q, right after the game, I saw you go over to a family member, I think maybe your mom, and just kind of embrace, and that seemed like that was, a really intense moment for you. Can you kind of just take me through that?
Just all the emotions running through my body, coming off this great win, and just seeing my mom, all the sacrifices she's made, just reminds me of the staff, our teammates, all the sacrifices they made for one another. It was just a great feeling to see her and to celebrate with her, as well as my team.
Very special to have all our parents here and witness this. It's really a great family event.
Coach, you guys had a 22-point lead, and then William Mary goes on that 16-0 run. What was going through your mind?
Well, we just didn't want anybody to leave early. Sometimes it's get like people start heading for the exits. We just want to keep people. No, they're a great team, and you can't keep them down for too long. And we witnessed that at home. We were up, I don't know, maybe close to 20 at home. I think Marcus Thornton scored 8 points in about 22 seconds. I mean, they're so explosive, and we let the door open. We missed a couple foul shots. We had some difficult turnovers, and then their confidence level rose, and they made plays. But they're a good basketball team, and we did it. Probably for about 37 minutes, we did about as well a job as we could do in keeping them down. But they're going to have their run.
First of all, congratulations to all four of you. Coach, William Mary, in the beginning of the second half, really started to trim that lead. They got it down to 7 points. You burned a timeout at around the 12-minute mark and went on an 11-1 run that put the game away when you built it up to a 20-point lead. Can you talk about the adjustments you made in that huddle?
Yeah, I mean, we each and every timeout, we just recommitted to what we talked about, all week long. Being there for each other, being a lead teammate, doing your job. And whatever that may be. If you're a shooter, you got to shoot the ball. If you're a rebounder, you got to get a rebound. Everybody's got to hustle. Everybody's got to play harder. And that was it. There was no trickery or anything. It's just we got to dig in because the time is now, and we had an opportunity to do something special, and these guys didn't want to let it slip away.
It looked like the emphasis maybe to the layman was to stop Thornton first and then set everything up from there. What was the defensive emphasis?
Well, if you're not game planning to stop the player of the year in the conference, you're probably not doing a very good job. He's terrific. He's a really, really good player. And, so everything starts with him. And we wanted to make sure that we gave him extra attention coming off ball screens, coming off screens, always knowing where he is, and make him more of a distributor than a scorer. And if we were going to take some shots, make sure we got up in shot pockets and challenged him. And even then, he had a man and a half on him pretty much most of the night, and he was still able to get by our defense. So he's just a tremendous player.
For all three players, guys, coaches throughout the country stress balance. I know Coach Coen does as well. You guys had tremendous team balance. You had 12 three-point field goals made, 26 points in the paint, 16 points off the bench, and you shot the basketball at better than 59%. I mean, that was a team performance. Can all three of you talk about the really complete way you guys played?
Good, Scott.
We just have such a talented team. We have a lot of skilled guys on our team who can shoot, and when the shots are going down, I think it's really hard to stop us. And we bought into playing with so much energy tonight that it didn't matter who was scoring, nobody cared. It was just really unselfish, and that's what we've been preaching the whole year. And whenever we have been able to execute that during the season, we've been able to come out on top.
Yeah, I just say Coach always preaches like space and pace and share the ball, and when we do that, we're real successful. We had 18 assists, and just sharing the ball really, and not being selfish, and not caring who scored, and I think that's what it came down to. So
I think that's one thing that defines this team is really a team first attitude, and these three guys up here. Tremendous leaders. They led the way in the locker room all year long, on the court, in practice sessions, in pregame sessions, all throughout the year and throughout the summer. So when you have three guys like this, it's easy to see why you were so successful.
It's been a long time since your school has done this. What are you guys most looking forward to for the upcoming NCAA tournament?
Davey?
Well, first I want to congratulate Scott, senior. He's probably the hardest worker on the team. I want to congratulate Reggie Spencer too. And he comes to work every day as well. But as for the tournament, we're just gonna prepare for whoever we play, and we're real excited to go there and just keep the energy up and positive attitude, and we'll see where we end up.
Coach and any one of the players, what did you think of the venue and the city of Baltimore? They have 1 year left in his contract. Did you guys have fun? Did you like the arena? What'd you think?
We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. No, the city's been very, very, very gracious and great hospitality. Everybody around has been terrific for us. I thought the venue was very good. Everybody here treated us in a first-class manner, and I thought the crowd was tremendous tonight. So. It's a great place to hold the tournament. I think most of the teams can kind of get here, I think given time, it'll grow and grow.
Yeah, anyone, did you guys do some sightseeing, enjoy yourselves? What did you think of Baltimore?
Well, I live like an hour away, so I've been down here a couple times. But I really like the city. I didn't have the chance to go to Richmond, but we missed the banquet too this year. Wish we could have had that, but we always have, the past 2 years we've had a lot of fun down here, and unfortunately I won't be here next year, but I know these two guys, they like it here. It's fun.
You speak of leadership, you speak of team. Y'all had a secret weapon over there, and his name was Max.
How great is that?
What's the inspiration behind Max? And because it was made a point to make Max recognize what's behind the inspiration behind Max.
Well, he's just an official team member, and he's we had a national letter of signing for him. He's been a part of the team. He comes to practice, snow days included. He's in the locker room, pre-game, post-game, and he wins and loses with us. So he's been an inspiration to these guys and really a source of compassion. And I think, if the only thing they learn at their time at Northeastern is to be good basketball players, they've probably wasted some time. And I'm so proud of the way our team has accepted him, embraced him, made him feel welcome and special. And in return, these guys get so much more. We talked about today, his dad got up on a ladder and cut a piece down. These guys get up to walk to the top of a ladder and cut a net down. And they had to do that for him, and they wanted to win for him. So it was a really special night. He got up at 6 o'clock this morning and drove down with his dad because he wasn't going to miss it.
He was excited too.
Very excited, very excited.
David and Quincy, you were here in 2013, obviously not the same result, so does that add kind of even more to this celebration?
Definitely. I can't even put it in words, like the emotions after that game, especially for the seniors that year, John and Joel. I feel like we let them down the most, and this just goes down in the history, and they're a part of it, and they've taught me a lot of things about leadership and just working hard. So, just a great team win, really.
And Bill, can you talk about the significance of winning the first conference tournament championship for the program and headed to the NCAAs for Northeastern for the first time since 1991, and you being a basketball lifer, 9 years as a head coach, years and years at Boston College, Rhode Island, and Hamilton, and you guys are going to hear your name and you're headed to the big dance. It's the first time for you and the first time for the program since '91.
Well, first and foremost, I'm so happy for these gentlemen. There's nothing like that experience. There's nothing like Selection Sunday, finding out where you're going, the excitement that leads into it, the motion of playing. It's just it's a culmination of a lot of years of hard work and dedication, and I'm so excited to share that experience with our team, and they've earned that experience. But I think to really put it in perspective, one of the things we talked to our players about, actually, I had some former players videotape some messages, and we put together a little video, and each of some of the former players that played here at Northeastern told them how important it was for these guys to go out and give their best, how much they were cheering for them, how much they followed them, how much they were happy for them. And we showed that video to the guys before the tournament started, and I think it had a huge impact because these guys realized they're a part of something that's much bigger than this year, much bigger than this team. You're part of a program, you're part of a family at an outstanding academic university in a world-class city. So we have everything to be grateful for, and we're grateful for the opportunity to go dancing.
Coach, talk a little bit about what this does for Northeastern as far as recruiting, the family, the coaching staff, everything now that you won the tournament.
Well, I mean, there's so much attention given to the NCAA tournament. These guys are going to represent this program, and there are many former players that were in the stands today, and they're going to play their hearts out for that group. Obviously, all the upcoming players and recruits, it's their time to watch, and they're excited about that. But I think mostly it's about this team, their experience at the tournament, and something they'll remember their entire life.
First, I want to say thank you for the compliments on my city. We appreciate y'all, and y'all make up a very, very talented Big Three. Not a lot of schools have that option. What y'all got to tell to the nation before Selection Sunday?
I mean, we're going to be ready. We know that the season's not over, and we're obviously not going to be picked to be the favorites, but we don't want the season to end, so we're going to have to work. I mean, we're going to work hard all week, see what happens.
Last question, can I crash the party tonight?
Hey, I just want to say one thing. My boss is in the back, and I'm not saying it just because he's here, but our administration is simply outstanding. We talk about leadership, and it starts at the top. Peter Roby has set a tone in our athletic department. He's got a personal relationship with everybody on my basketball team, and not because they're good basketball players, because he's interested in their well-being, their academics, their social growth, and their basketball development. So when it's easy and comfortable to work in that type of environment when you have players like this and leadership like that. And I just want to publicly thank Peter and his staff and all the support he gives me daily.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
For me, as members, if you got stuff on press row, I would get it quickly. The area back here, the wireless and everything's working, and come back here in the dining area and the meeting room or thank you, guys.
Long time coming, Q.
Congratulations. Thank you for doing this. Thanks. Congratulations.